Hello folks, this is Norm the teacher again. Gotta get my lighting here. This is Norm the teacher again, and I want to teach you another couple things today. This video is going to be titled A Lightning Fast Draw from a Gun Pouch Part 2. I already have one out, and on this one I want to add two concepts. And those two concepts are Orientation Reflex and Step Aside. John Correa, that hosts the Active Self-Protection channel, which is a great channel, and I suggest that you subscribe to it, showed a video today of people loitering around, 3 people loitering around, and the criminals got a drop on them. What's meant by a drop on them is that the criminals get out of the car, approach you, and they have a gun pointed at you. And once that happens, it's considered almost hopeless to do anything about it at that very moment. But it may not be. You may be able to use the lightning fast draw from a gun pouch by using the demonstration that I'll make today, and also in the other video that's called Part 1. Okay, here's the orientation reflex. What that is, that's a concept in psychology where when a person is subjected to a novel stimulus being like some unusual thing that happens that grabs their attention right away. Okay, what the brain will do is it'll orient towards that stimulus and figure out what's going on, what to do about it, if there is anything to do about it. That's orientation reflex. When a person's in orientation reflex, momentarily they are frozen up. They don't. You know, it's kind of like the whole body freezes up and allows the brain to figure out what's going on. Okay, the other concept is step aside. When somebody has the drop on you, in other words, pointing a gun straight at you, if you're going to respond to that in an immediate fashion, you want to do anything you can to get out of the way of gunpoint, so that if his gun does go off, it will miss you. And I'm going to illustrate that here. So, like in Part 1, I showed, well, you got your gun pouch, and you're standing around like this, maybe guarding some motorcycles or just loitering around, minding your own business, and a criminal pulls up in a car, like in the video today on Active Self-Protection, steps out, points a gun at you, and robs you of your jewelry and your cell phone and all that other kind of stuff. Okay, well, first of all, if you have a lightning fast draw, you might be able to do that. Now, in the first video, this is what I demonstrated. Okay, criminal says, "Okay, give me your cell phone, all that, and everything," and I got a gun pointed at you. Okay, that's what the first video demonstrated. Now, I'm going to add to that. You can add orientation reflex, and you can also add step aside. Step aside is where you do this. You got your knees slightly bent while you're standing around loitering, and you spring to the side very quickly, getting out of the way of that gunshot. Even if he does shoot, he'll probably miss because he hasn't had enough time to adjust his gun. No guarantees on that, but in theory, yes. Okay, now the orientation reflex, that helps to distract him. So what you can do for orientation reflex, somebody gets out of the car and says, "Give me all your money, and I got a gun pointed at you," and all that kind of stuff, and "Give me all your money, give me your jewelry," and all that kind of crap. All right, so what you can do is turn your head. "Hello, officer." Now immediately, that may, no guarantees though, that may put him into orientation reflex and cause him to move his head to the side, to the direction that you looked at. Now as soon as he does that, and wastes no time doing this, while he's in orientation reflex, you do a step aside. I will never do this. A step aside, freeze! Show no mercy. This guy has threatened your life with a gun. Show no mercy. You end the threat immediately. Once they point a gun at you, deadly force is authorized. So, I'll do it again. I'm standing around loitering, minding my own business, in position, And in position means having a gun pouch, having a gun in it, having your hand on it. And I like to use this gun because it's a double action revolver. I don't have to walk around with a cocked gun then. And put your hand on the trigger and fire. Okay, here's what it'll look like. You're standing around, loitering, and guys get out of a car, maybe from over there, and they walk towards you, and they say, all right, give me all your money and all that kind of crap that they do, because they don't want to get a job. All right, so immediately, hello, officer! Step aside, or Orientation Reflex, step aside. And then, of course, be set up with a pouch like this. I explained in part 1 where I get this pouch, and so view that video if you want information on that. Now, then you want to train yourself on this. Train yourself that, well, if they come from the left, you want to step aside to the most advantageous position you can. If they're pointing a gun in this direction towards you, it might not be good to go this way. It might actually be better to go to the left. You'll get out of the way quicker, and then you can pop them. So I'll do it again, and you can see it's quite fast, and it could be effective while somebody has to drop on you. All right, give me all your money. Hello, officer. So, one thing I'll say here. All this advice I give, there's no guarantees. There's never any guarantees. It doesn't matter how good you are, how well you execute certain procedures, you can still get killed. Okay, there's no guarantees. Police get killed on a regular basis, not daily, but on a regular basis, and they're very highly trained. SWAT team members get killed. In the military, we were armed to the teeth, and we were trained to the teeth, but some of us still got killed. So there's no guarantees. So practice, train yourself, and use common sense, and add your own things that you think would be advantageous. Be logical. What position should I step aside to when they come from the left, or the right, or from straight ahead? You know, all that. So that's it for this video, folks. And I'm going to be making many more, and hopefully none of this will ever happen to you where you have to actually use it. And same with me. Hopefully it never happens where I actually have to use it. I just practice constantly all the time. So long, bye.